tongue twister name for an organization. We are a nonprofit organization that was established in 1996, kind of relaunched in 2010. And the mission, our mission is to improve the county's response to domestic violence, and we lead efforts to build collaborative systems and innovative programs to increase access to services and safety. I think these grants are a prime example of collaboration and innovative programs, and we are so excited to partner with Harris County, to partner with Precinct 4 Commissioner Lesley Briones. Some of our partner agencies are here, and we're so happy to partner with the Harris County Department of Economic Equity and Opportunity, which is another mouthful. And we're so glad to be joined by Executive Director Estela Gonzalez here with us today. I'm going to turn it over to Commissioner Briones, who was elected in 2022 and has done a fabulous job since she took office on January 1st of 2023. Commissioner Briones is a champion for all of us in domestic violence. We appreciate everything that she has done, and I think she gets us. She gets us because she's, grew up in the area. She's the daughter of teachers, which is fantastic. She's also been experienced as a judge, and so she understands this situation that people find us in. And she's such a champion for children and for domestic violence survivors. So I'm going to turn it over to Commissioner Briones. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lesley Briones, and I'm grateful to be serving as your Harris County Commissioner for Precinct 4. If you could first please join me in thanking Amy Smith, Barbie, Bashir, and all of your team for everything that you do to help strengthen Harris County's response to domestic violence. So everyone at your organization, we thank you profoundly and appreciate your partnership and leadership and service. Director Estela Gonzalez, it's a joy to get to work with you and your team as a county as we continue to advance economic opportunity, equity, and justice, so thank you. In Maisha Coulter, we'll hear from 8 of victims of domestic abuse. She is one of the organizations that we partner with. Thank you for everything you and your team do, as well as all of the other organizations who will be a part of this program. So I'm standing here today not only as one of your commissioners, but more importantly as somebody who used to be a public school teacher, an 8th and 10th grade teacher. And many of my students, unfortunately, lived in homes where domestic violence occurred. And I got to see the ramifications, because we know that those who are abused are more likely to become abusers, and that trauma becomes so deep and pervasive in some of the choices. And so this is important to me on so many levels. And I'm also a mom of 3 little girls, and I pray that when they grow up, they don't become one of the statistics and live in a home where their partner may hurt them. So this is super important to me on so many levels, and now to be able to be at the table at Commissioner's Court and do something more about it than what I could have do in the classroom to help my kids. It's energizing in terms of the progress we're making, but there's also some, as we know, just devastating need in our community, and this is one issue where Harris County does not lead for the right reasons. We know, unfortunately, that Harris County leads the state in intimate partner violence homicides. That is unacceptable, and we must change that, and I know together we are working to change that. To the point I made a second ago about those who are abused are more likely to become abusers. We know that boys who grow up in a home with violence are 10 times approximately more likely to later abuse a partner in life. And girls who grow up with abuse are approximately 6 times more likely to later be abused as they grow up and are an adult. So again, this cycle of trauma and violence, and that's why we're here today, right? Just to continue to double down on investments that will help us break this intergenerational cycle that is completely unacceptable and a public health crisis. So, and we know that behind each number, it's a family that's torn apart. It is a future at risk. It's dreams that are shattered. And so as a community, today's a good day in Harris County because we're taking action. Is it enough? No, but it is action and it is forward moving. So I am particularly energized by this investment of approximately $6.2 million of federal ARPA funds, and I want to thank the Biden-Harris administration for the direct allocation to Harris County. So this $6.2 million will be doubling down on the Youth Resiliency Fund, which will provide services to the youth being affected. And we estimate that approximately 3,000 children in Harris County will be positively impacted by this investment. And this will help with family support services, mental health consultations, home visits, parental coaching, and child-focused interventions, therapeutic sessions, peer support models, and developmental cohort programs. And this $6.2 million investment is part of a portfolio of investments of approximately $20 million. And this ranged from investments in emergency response docket so that these cases focused on domestic violence can be prioritized and heard more quickly. This relates to our Domestic Assistance Violence Fund, where we have been able to partner with 19 organizations in Harris County to then give direct assistance to the survivors. This is part of the Community Facilities and Infrastructure Fund, where we were able to invest to help the Houston Area Women's Center get closer to finishing its new building so that we have more beds for those who are leaving domestic violence situations. We have another investment in support services, another in an educational campaign where we partnered with the City of Houston and the State of Texas, I'm Okay, Are You Okay?, where we have taken those informational materials with QR codes to the community centers and parks in Precinct 4. So those are just a few of the examples, but it's approximately $20 million. And I know that the partners that we have in this room and all the other partners who are involved, y'all are doing the hard work on the front lines, helping these families. And so I thank you from the depths of my heart. Today, within this cohort, we will have 15 organizations in this Resiliency Fund, and I'm very proud that 5 of these organizations happen to be in Precinct 4, which I proudly represent, and those are Anissa, DePelchin, Family Ties, Family Resource Services, Occupation in Motion, and the Tahirih Justice Center. So this is something I feel very passionately about. I want Harris County to be leading for all the right reasons. And again, together as a community, the work that you all do in your organizations. And it's up to all of us, though, right? Educating our own children, making sure in our places of worship, our neighbors, our friends, we're doing everything possible to stop this cycle of violence. So I thank you in advance for how you will put this money to work for our children who are affected so that we can help them avoid these awful statistics that are simply heartbreaking. So I'll do a brief version of what I just said in Spanish. Buenos días a todos. Soy Lesley Briones. Soy su comisionada del Condado Jerez, Precinto 4. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. Más que nada, quiero dar las gracias a Barbie Brashear, que es la directora ejecutiva del Harris County Domestic Violence Coordinating Council, y a todos nuestros socios que están aquí en la lucha juntos, ayudando a nuestras familias. Estoy aquí no solamente como su comisionada, pero también como ex maestra y como mamá de 3 hijas. En mis tiempos de maestra vi cómo el trauma en el hogar afecta la educación, las amistades y los futuros de nuestros niños. Y los niños que están viviendo con esta violencia pueden sufrir de depresión, ansiedad, y también sabemos que los niños tienen 10 veces más probabilidades de abusar a una mujer si viven con esta violencia como niños, y las niñas sabemos que tienen aproximadamente 6 veces más riesgos de ser abusadas como mujeres si viven con esta violencia de niña. Y hoy estamos aquí en el Condado Jerez para celebrar $6.2 millones dados en fondos ARPA para ayudar a nuestros niños aquí en el condado. Se usarán estos fondos para apoyar a 15 organizaciones en su lucha por ayudar a los niños afectados por la violencia doméstica. Y estoy orgullosa de que 5 de estas organizaciones nos representan en el Precinto 4. Anissa, DePelchin, Family Ties, Occupation in Motion, and Tahereh Justice Center. Se proyecta que este Fondo de Resiliencia asistirá a casi 3,000 niños en el Condado Jerez y fomentará el acceso a ayudas tempranas para el trauma infantil y apoyo a los niños y sus familias mediante servicios de apoyo familiar que incluyen consultas de salud mental, visitas a casas y ayuda parental, y también ayudas enfocadas en los niños, que incluyen sesiones de terapia, modelos de apoyo y programas de grupos de desarrollo. Hasta ahora hemos invertido, como la Corte de Comisionados del Condado Jerez, más de $20 millones para atacar la violencia doméstica y ayudar a nuestros sobrevivientes. Entre lo que se cuentan los fondos de asistencia para la violencia doméstica, fondos para un centro de respuesta a crisis y la reciente campaña Estoy bien, estás bien, entre otros proyectos. Recuerden que estamos aquí para servirlos y también recuerden que estamos en esto juntos. Este es un tema que afecta a todos, de todos niveles, todas las comunidades en nuestra zona. Y también sabemos que el Condado Jerez es una de las locaciones peores con los datos y números que tenemos de la violencia doméstica. Así que todos tenemos que unirnos y trabajar juntos para educar a nuestros hijos y también para apoyar a todas las víctimas y sobrevivientes. Y hoy estoy muy orgullosa de estas inversiones, de estas 15 organizaciones que nos están en esta lucha y que están ayudando a nuestras familias cada día en el Condado Jerez. De todo corazón, muchísimas gracias. Y estamos aquí para apoyarlas y estamos muy felices de tener este trabajo, que estamos en esto juntos. Y vamos a seguir mejorando, porque yo sé que aquí en el Condado Jerez estamos unidos contra la violencia y tenemos que siempre seguir adelante. Así que muchísimas gracias. We're in this together. We must continue uniting because I know that Harris County is committed to uniting against violence and making sure we're supporting all of our survivors. So without further ado, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for your partnership. And we will next hear from the one and only Barbara Brashear, who leads this amazing work.
I don't want to follow that. Thank you, Commissioner. You have truly led efforts that would not be possible without your passion and commitment to service. And when I think of elected leaders, it's a joy to see someone such as you that is committed to service. That's what our world needs. And also that's what's in this room today with you all as partners in this journey that we're about to embark on. I want to say congratulations to you all. Thank you for your time and commitment to doing the paperwork. And there's more coming, I apologize. But you did it, and you did it with a heart for helping kiddos that have been double whammied, right? So not only do we have the effects of the pandemic and how, we're still going to realize how that's affecting our kiddos 10 years from now, right? We're just beginning to think about and look at ways to really mediate some of the additional challenges that those kiddos have. But we're focusing on the double here is these kiddos were already affected by the trauma of abuse, right? Poverty, abuse, racism, oppression, so many things that these kiddos have already been a part of. And your commitment to engaging in work to make that better is truly phenomenal. And we really thank you for that. We thank the county for understanding the need and putting dollars to that. We thank each of you for the work that you've been doing and the work that you're taking on, because this is more, right? And we know we want to do more and we need to do more. And then the commissioners show up with, here's money to do more. So congrats to all of us for that. And that's why it's important, and that's why it's important now. The sooner you can intervene, the better outcomes we can have. You know, kiddos are resilient. And when we invest in them and support them, nurture and love them, and their caregiver, they will be better. They can get through this, right? Y'all know that. I'm preaching to the choir. I'm just going to close with announcing who the awardees are, because the names of these agencies all have people behind them that are working diligently, and each of these agencies also impact, as the commissioner said, so many kids, up to 3 million, or 3 million. Wouldn't we love 3 million kids? Woo! 3,000 kiddos will be supported by this. So if you're in the room, just give me a hand wave so the commissioner and staffers can see who you are. And Katisha, who is our project manager in the back, yay, can see who you are. So Anissa, $256,000. Aid to victims of domestic abuse, $148,000. Bay Area Turning Point, yay, $555,355.39. Are you at the finance office? Because that would be an exact. Bethel Family Baptist Church, yay, $480,000. By the way, $105,000. DePelchin Children's Center, I don't see them, $180,000. Family Ties, she had an emergency this morning, but they were awarded $600,000. Family Time, $526,159.41. Houston Area Women's Center, $600,000. Hope Active, yay, $194,253. Tahereh Justice Center, yay, $100,000. The Bridge Over Troubled Waters, $600,000. The University of Houston Department of Psychology, $270,000. Let me just give you a lot more. I'm not biased. UT Health's Trauma and Resiliency Center, $442,962. I think what's really significant is that this is a collaboration of domestic violence centers and non-domestic violence centers. And we have universities that bring a wealth of knowledge, evidence-based practice and information. And then we have our grassroots community-minded programs, by the way, newly funded, Hope Active, newly funded. Bethel's, you've been a partner with us since pandemic. Bethel's is a large church on the southwest side over Bissonnette area, doing incredible work. Like, this collaboration has the potential to meet kiddos that have never been served. Really thinking intentionally about what we're doing, why we're doing what we're doing, and how we're funding was what HCDBCC committed itself to. We wanted to have broad reach. We wanted to reach those that don't get served. And we wanted to support agencies that don't traditionally get to vie for these dollars, right? Some of our grassroots community organizations don't have the bandwidth to compete. So how do we as an organization support them to learn, to build capacity to do that? So that's what HCDBCC is committed to. So I am very honored to be in this room with incredible human beings. Thank you for your work. I'm going to pass it to the Executive Director of the Economic Equity and Opportunity Department. Thank you, Estella. Estella Gonzalez, who is making this even more possible for us. Good morning, everyone, and I'm glad you mentioned paperwork. I will say we will be tracking those 39 cents and the 41 cents, but we're here to help. I have the pleasure of serving as the Executive Director for the Harris County Department of Economic Equity and Opportunity. First, I want to express my gratitude to the Commissioners Court for their steadfast support of this critical work, to the Harris County Domestic Violence Coordinating Council for both the opportunity to speak today and your invaluable partnership, and to DO's Early Childhood Initiatives team. Thank you so much for your dedication and leadership in bringing this program to life. For young children, yes. For young children, the consequences of exposure to intimate partner violence and domestic violence can be profound. However, as we've heard today, we know that early intervention can make a difference. With the support provided through this Harris County Early Childhood Resiliency Fund, children can begin to heal. By investing in trauma-informed programs and strategies, we are equipping these organizations with the resources they need to provide these life-changing services. And the passion that I hear today is just electrifying. When families are safe and secure, the opportunities for economic opportunity advancement increase. Adults and children alike benefit through higher workforce participation, enhanced educational attainment, and greater economic mobility. When we support children in their earliest years, we're truly investing in the future potential and prosperity of Harris County. Congratulations to these organizations awarded funds to execute these essential services. Know that your efforts are pivotal to creating a brighter, safer, and more resilient future for the children and families of Harris County. And now, I'm happy to introduce our next speaker, Maisha Coulter, Chief Executive Officer of AVDA.
Good morning, everyone. I was going to start with something else, but this puzzle on the side of the room struck me as I walked in and was sort of frazzled because I was late. But nonetheless, I saw the puzzle and I said, I need to say something about this. One, it is representative of all of the organizations that are bound together to try to fight the epidemic, the public health crisis of domestic violence. And what is oftentimes missing in the puzzle, we're all here, we're working, we're doing the best we can, is the resources to do this work. What is also often missing is that we don't pay enough attention to the most vulnerable people who are dealing with the issue of domestic violence, and that are the children who are raised in these homes where domestic violence is occurring. And so I feel like this today is an opportunity for us to fill a piece of the puzzle by securing this funding and giving us the reach to help expand our tools to address the issue. People have already said it before me, but it is true. Children who are raised in homes where domestic violence is occurring are more likely to experience their own emotional, psychological, negative impact, to include anxiety, depression. They act out in school with behavior issues. They act out at home. So these are the types of conflicts that we want to address, and we want to do it in a meaningful way. So for us at ABDA, we've been around now for 45 years working to address domestic violence by primarily providing legal representation to survivors of domestic abuse in family court. We also provide the state's largest BIP program, which is the Battering Intervention and Prevention services to help address those who have been abusive in their relationships. We have a small trauma team, and they are individuals who are clinicians, licensed clinical social workers, LPCs, who directly serve our clients with mental health support. We will now be able to add to that team an additional trauma counselor who is specialized in working with children who are dealing with the trauma and the fallout of domestic violence and abuse in their homes. And so what we will be doing is providing them with the types of interventions that we know are impactful on children, to include play therapy, art therapy. We will also have an opportunity to do parent education, parent interactive counseling. So parents will be in the room with their children, being told about how to communicate effectively, how to intervene, how to discipline children in meaningful ways that are impactful on changing their behavior while keeping them safe and building that bond that is sometimes severed by what they witness when they see their parents being attacked and abused in the home. So we are so grateful for the opportunity to be a part of this funding, and we are also so very grateful for Commissioner's Court, for the people who hold us up and hold us accountable for what we say we are going to do in this mission. I'm so happy to see faces in the audience of those who represent our community of domestic violence fighters, advocates, and I'm also very thankful for the Coordinating Council and the work that you all do to bring us together and to keep us collaborating and to keep us motivated to do the work that we are committed to doing. So thank you so much. I'm going to turn it back over to Amy Smith.
Before Amy takes questions, there's just a couple of things I want to add. One, for the community that has a kiddo or is in need of services, you can go to hcdvcc.org and find the list of all of these funded folks. You can also go to Commissioner Briones' website. There are lots of places to get connection to services. So know that you are not alone. There's help available, and we will do all that we can to make sure that we put you in touch with those resources. The second thing that I want to say is, in the future, we did allocate some of our funding that we received to administer this to creating two conference opportunities to bring all of the providers together to learn from one another, and also to bring in other folks from other places that are doing innovative work or something extraordinary that we need to learn about here in Houston. So be on the lookout for those gatherings. One way to make us better is to learn more, right? So we felt like building that into this program was really important. So thank you, congratulations to you all. We look forward to a wonderful 18 months. That's what I was going to say. So we're done. Thank you all for being here. And before our partners leave, we would love to get a picture with the commissioner, if that's okay with her staff. I asked her staff, not you, because you know. Yeah. And I personally would like to thank the staff of Precinct 4, who has done a remarkable job and has helped me so much during this time getting this all together. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate that. Sion, you're the best. You know that. So thank you, and so is all your other people that I see all the time. So I'm really grateful for that. So thank you guys very much. Thanks for being here. There's some coffee.